We are sitting in the warehouse filming a summary of how my week is, of how the business is. This is behind the box, out of the box. I haven't decided on the name fully yet, but it's a summary of what's going on in the business. Every week, one episode, 10-15 minutes. I'll jump in. If you don't know already, I am Rory McLaughlin, founder of Shirt in a Box. Shirt in a Box, mystery football shirt retailer. And mystery sports jersey retailer, maybe is better said these days, because we do basketball, we do rugby, and we're always expanding. We sell internationally, our main markets UK, Ireland, and the US. I'm 22 years old, and I got started in this business about 4-5 years ago. Before that, I was buying and selling, and then I just graduated into this. I read a couple of books. One of them changed my life, got me started on this journey. What is the aim of this, I guess? Well, every week I aim to hop on and just tell a little bit about what's happened in my week, how we're doing, things I've learned, things that have hurt our business or have hurt me. Hopefully provide you an insight to what actually goes on behind the box, because there's so much more than what you guys see on socials or what you hear. Just hope it provides good value, either inspire people or make you more confident and make you want to buy a shirt in a box and join the journey. So I guess I'll jump into, like, if you don't know already, what Shirt in a Box actually is, like the product we sell. We sell mystery sports jerseys. The main product for us and where we started is football or soccer if you're American. So that is like, people come onto our website and they don't know what they're going to get when they buy. It's a complete gamble. It's a mystery. And you can avoid teams. So I'm a Liverpool supporter, and you can avoid Everton if you were me, or whatever, shirt you already own, so you don't get the same. And then from here, we send out shirts. So we've got 15,000 shirts here, 20,000 boxes. We've got a team of 7 now, and we're growing. And the aim is to do double the revenue this year that we did last year, and then double the revenue again next year, and just keep growing year on year and build a really big e-commerce brand, but also a brand that it disrupts the market and it satisfies consumers. Because we all grew up, especially me, playing, whether it be FIFA or Match Attacks, where you had these loot boxes. So like, gambling is just part of sport. And like, I like to say this is gambling with a guaranteed return. You have fun opening it up and being like, what is this? And then you find out it's something you either love or you hate. You might not like it. Like, that is part of the thing, but it sparks an emotion. So why have I come to do this? It's something I've wanted to do for a long period of time. Like, we've been in this business for 4 years. This is a long time for a business. Like, people told us when we were 1 year in, we wouldn't stick about. Like, I have specific memories in my head of when there was this girl who was meant to be a mentor, a lady, should I say. And we went through like this course. It was provided by the university I was attending at the time. And she said to me, I don't think this business is going to do well, but I think you'll do well. And that's a lot of motivation for me. And that makes me proud that we're still here 4 years on, growing year on year, because she just didn't understand the vision or the concept. So yeah, 4 years in, why now? Because I guess I'm more confident in myself. Like, I was young. I'm 22 now. I was young when I started, 18, 19, wasn't so confident. Because in the last year, I've started getting more public facing. So the first 3 years, it was quite anonymous. And then we decided we need to be public facing because we're a mystery brand. People need to trust us. And so that's when I started doing founder content. We had staff content. And then I started doing the ads. They did well. And people started recognizing me a little bit in public. Like, I'm not famous by any means. They would say you're doing well and stuff like that, which was nice. So I just got more comfortable with making content. And then recently, like, I've wanted to do this for about a year now. I finished university in summer, just there. So I've now got time on my hands, more time than I had previously. And I had a friend close to me. He said, you need to do this now or you'll never do it. And that kind of clicked. He said, I'll help you. And so that's why now is the actual time I make that step and I create this content. So I hope to provide value. I hope to provide insight to what we're doing here at Shirt and Box. Also, it's partly selfish on my behalf because I'm hoping it provides value to me. People reach out and say, you're doing this wrong. This is how you fix it. Or we get more customers from it, more loyal customers. Like you see the Represent, you see the George Heaton. I think that people buy in and spend more money on Represent probably because they like the lifestyle they see from his vlogs. Now, this isn't going to be vlogging content by any means, not yet anyway. It's just going to be 10, 15 minutes, maybe more every week, just yapping about what I've faced in the business or like a story I've learned. So I think I've covered basically what is this, what I'm doing. I'll maybe run you through a bit of things that has been like going on this week. So the big one that I've been trying to solve is Donald Trump's de minimis tariffs. So until recently, I didn't really know this. I did know this. So you could send parcels customs duties free. But then I was texting Connor Martin of the Essence. Well, if you're listening to this, I doubt you are, but thank you. I was texting him about his business. I listened to one of his podcasts. He does a lot into the States like us, United States that is. And he said, yeah, have you seen those tariffs? And I was like, no, I haven't seen them. And this was right before I was going to go to sleep. And I was like, flip, I'll need to check them out the next day. So I looked them up. 42% tariffs on anything we send to the States, which is crippling for us. Crippling. And a lot of our business these days is in the States, about 1/3 of the business. So I jumped in, trying to problem solve. So last week, 10 days, we've been figuring out, can we do B2B2C, which is where we send parcels from here. So we still fulfill from, this is in Belfast, by the way, our Belfast warehouse. And then technically we sell it to a US business who then sell on to the customer. But we still just basically ship from here. And the customs are applied then to what we sell to our US business. Or do we open a US warehouse and we fulfill from there? I think we found the answer now. We're going to go US warehouse. We had also like a red herring moment, Royal Mail, the gift that keeps on giving. They told us that you got charged on the cost price, so which would be like charged on, it'd be significantly less than say the sales price. But they got their facts wrong. They just didn't know what they were doing. So that was a ball ache to sort, but we found it. So I think, yeah, we're going to ship to America. We might have to increase prices in the US. That's another thing. So like business is just always like more challenges coming at you, which you didn't expect. You know, Donald Trump signs this thing 1 month later. Like he gave us literally 30 days notice, by the way, which is crazy. You have to like pivot your entire business just like that. So before, like we were planning to grow, obviously, like I've said. And we were thinking, okay, we hire 3, 4, 5 staff by the end of the year just to work in this warehouse. Now, because 1/3 of the business is going to the United States, we no longer need the same amount of staff, just like that overnight. So, yeah, it's crazy the effect that like outside headwinds can have. But you just have to be open and react to it. A few other things. Funny story came in. So obviously we get returns, like that's just part of the process. Any company gets returns. Our returns are actually really low, which I take pride in. So like normal clothing companies, 10%, minimum 10%. Ours are like 5.5, 6%, which is good. It shows people like our product. But yeah, so we had them come in this week. We were processing them. One arrived in a Marks and Spencer's bag, which is funny. We opened it up to find 2 pairs of 31 length, 40 waist trousers, 1 beige, 1 kayaki, I believe. So I think what happened there is the customer has just mixed the packages. Yeah, we got 2 spare trousers, so if anyone wants them, get in touch. We'll send them out if you fit those dimensions, 40 waist, 31 length. We've had some crazy returns over the year. Like we once got a box of wheels, like wheels that you would use on a cart. Like, who sends them? I don't know. I think we also had a vacuum cleaner once, but it was like a full vacuum cleaner. I think people send them because like you can do it as a scam, I believe. Like you send a full package as a return on a return label, and then you can like show proof of postage and stuff like that and say like, oh, you haven't refunded it. But it doesn't really work when it's like a small business. It works if it's a big business, and like the customer service and the operations are very detached. But yeah, crazy. Up into something else that's been happening. Oh yeah, trying to figure out new landing page. This is a bit technical now. So in the US, trying to improve the landing page. Basically, landing page, if you don't know, is the page customers land on after they see an ad. I think that holds our business back a lot, is like the difference between what people see in an ad and then what they see on the landing page. So we're just trying to make them match up and then improve how the offer is positioned. So if you see this in the US, you'll see, so we're subscription only in the US. In the UK, it's one-time ad subscription. So at the minute, we're running Premier League return sale. So it's 40% off on your first order, free artwork, and you get free shipping. So it's a really sweet deal. I'm going to make it so that the conversion rate is significantly higher, because this is kind of an old adage which every conversion rate company uses. If you double your conversion rate from 1 to 2%, then your money doubles overnight and you spend the same. It's not quite as easy as that, but we are trying to do something along that. And it's very hard because I'm not naturally, like, my skill set isn't, and especially my time, it's spread like across the business. I'm CEO, managing director, whatever you want to call it. There's no official title as founder. I work across everything from ops to customer service to marketing. I have to like upskill myself into making landing pages. So how we've done this is I've come up with a concept. I said to Svetlana, our graphic designer, you design it. Then me and her go back and forth on how it should look. She finally does it, and then we have a third-party developer. The guy we found off Upwork. He creates it, and we're trying to make it as pretty as possible so that we increase the conversion, essentially get more customers in. It's going okay at the minute. I think it's doing my head in a little bit because all I think about is trying to work on it. But yeah, we'll get there. Trying to think what else happened this week. There's been a lot. We've rolled out book clubs recently, which is like a nerdy thing, but one I got off my friend Paul Kennedy. So Paul, if you're listening to this, thank you. What I find when you leave university or in your formal job, there's not a lot of training. Like, you just learn on the job, which is okay, I guess. But sometimes you need like a bit of formal training. So book club like provides that education because you're reading something, challenging yourself, especially if the book club, so like we split out by team, one for ops, one for marketing, one for leaders, or like the senior leadership team, should I say. So I think it's a cool thing. We're only at the start of this. We're like 3 weeks into it now. So from boring shit like the book club to trousers coming back in our boxes, I'm going to give you behind the scenes of everything that happens in this beautiful place, Shirt in a Box. I want you guys to let me know what I should talk about, what you'd like to see here, and I'll take that into next week, the weeks after. I'm learning all the time, and hopefully that comes across when I post these live. Cheers.